Hello, people online. I just wanted to have a quick little rant. um, so yesterday my son had like an all-day play date. We had his friends over for a while, then he went to his friend's house, and Friday was Halloween. Yesterday was Saturday, so it was the day after Halloween, and yeah, I'd talked to the mom before, and I was like, "What's the candy limit for the day?" And she was like, "3 pieces," and I was like, "Sounds fair to me, you know," because I get it. You want to have your candy after Halloween, and so I let them have some candy. This morning, though, Aiden found the wrapper to a full-size Hershey bar in the toilet, and so my best guess as to what happened is after the boys hit their 3-piece candy limit, one of them felt it was unfair, and so they took the biggest candy bar they could and ate it in the bathroom and flushed the wrapper to hide the evidence. So I reached out to the mom, but it got me thinking, I understand being a kid and feeling like you're getting unfair treatment and feeling like you have to sneak to make things right. And I was talking to the mom about it, and it just got me thinking about how I think a lot of times many kids are just such gentle souls, and being caught doing wrong, I feel like, is a huge feeling of punishment in a way. You feel so bad. And I know in my own childhood, if I got caught lying or sneaking something, I got berated verbally and yelled at, all that kind of stuff, and additionally punished, grounded, or whatever, things taken away. And in my own parenting, I have reacted that way a couple times. Not like the berating, but getting upset and taking things away, or making a punishment. But I've found in my own personal experience, at least with my sensitive child, that it didn't really do anything beneficial. The most beneficial way that I've found to respond to my son when I catch him lying about something or sneaking something is we sit down and we have an honest conversation, and at the end of it, I make sure that I let him know I forgive him, that I'm hurt, and that our trust is not this what it was, but that I want to always figure out where he's coming from and let him know that I love him even when he makes a mistake. And this method has led to my son doesn't really lie to me or sneak things. He's 11 now, and I can't tell you the last time he lied to me or snuck anything. That he is usually pretty willing to listen to my no's, and that too, have a good reason to say no as a parent. I think a lot of parents, at least in my generation, our parents would just say no to say no, or would say no and not tell us why. And that doesn't really help a child. With my son, if he had asked, to have more candy than I thought was helpful, I would say, well, I don't think that's going to be good for our nutrition. I think that the candy's not going anywhere, so you'll still have a chance to have it tomorrow, and it gives you something to look forward to. And, if he could give me a good reason as to why he really wanted, Mom, I really wanted to eat this candy, and I just found it, I forgot about it, but this is the one had been wanting to eat, I would maybe reconsider, I think being a good parent isn't about having control over your kid. It's about having respect for your child and building that respect for you in them. And I just know when I got punished for sneaking things, it just taught me to be sneakier. And I don't ever want that with my son. I want us to always be honest with each other. And so, of course, depending on what the thing is they did wrong, sometimes punishment is necessary, but I really feel like more so than punishment, natural consequences are what we need to be stressing. So if you steal candy, maybe the natural consequence is you don't get access to that candy. That candy gets hidden away, and you have to ask when you want the candy because you can't be trusted to just not take it, right? And I don't know, I feel like so many parents will punish to hurt their child rather than to teach them, and that only makes the child's behavior worse. Because if you think about it, you as an adult, if someone does something to hurt you, you're not going to be kinder to them, are you? Not unless you are very loving. Most of us, if someone's mean to us, we're going to want to be mean right back, or we're going to want to hide more from them. And I just want to reiterate too, like I've said this before, but fear and respect are two different things. If I fear someone, I do not respect them. I do not look up to them. I do not admire them. If I'm afraid of someone, I dislike them. I don't trust them. The last thing I want to be is honest with someone I'm afraid of. And that's just not respect to me. I always want to be the kind of parent that, sure, like I have to have firm rules. I'm not my child's friend. I want us to be friends as well, but first and foremost, I'm the teacher, the mentor, the guide, the parent, you know? And I think one of the most important and underrated aspects of parenting is honesty with your kids. Like, if they have upset you, if they've disappointed you, you can let them know softly without needing to make it some kind of big punishment. You know, and I think for my own son, again, he is very sensitive. When I tell him, like, if he had lied, I would say, look, I want to be able to trust you, because that's the truth. But what you've done now has made me think that I can't trust you anymore. And I think that hurts a child, truly. And so that doesn't really need extra punishment. That is the natural consequence. That is the punishment. Again, you know, it obviously depends. I'm sure there are children that do much worse things than what my child does when he misbehaves, but I just really think that we perpetuate bad behavior when we tell a child that they are bad. I always want my son to know, no matter how much he messes up, that he is still a good person and I still love him just the same, even if I'm not happy with the action or the behavior. You know, I don't know. A lot of parents are amazed at how well behaved my son is and how well he listens compared to his peers, but it's because I give him respect and honesty and he gives it back. Children will mirror what they're given. And if we're so stuck in the role of the person in charge, the domineering, you know, power dynamic, it doesn't really foster true human to human respect. Think about it this way. If you're at a job and you got a boss who likes to let everyone know they're the big boss and what they say goes and doesn't matter what anyone else says and they won't listen to people, are you going to respect that boss? No. No one does. They might obey them, but as soon as they can find a way to not have to obey them, they will do it. But when you have that boss that is a leader and who says, hey, we're going to do this hard task together, I'm going to suffer with you, or they explain thoroughly, like, hey, this is why we're changing things, you respect them and you want to listen to them without them having to ask. And I don't know. I just think that genuine respect has to be cultivated in the parent-child dynamic both ways. And honesty is always the best policy in any human-to-human relationship. Punishment breeds distrust. Now, natural consequences have to happen. There are also those parents that let their kids just run wild and they never talk to them about why they shouldn't do certain things. They never make them face the natural consequences. They shield them from natural consequences, and that makes a horrible adult as well, you know? But, I don't know, I just wanted to rant about that. Have some unsolicited parenting advice. All right, have a good day, everyone. Bye.